G'day ladies and gents, and welcome back to Cold Waters with Mags, and welcome to the coastline of Norway. We're currently in 2,000 feet of water at the moment, and we are hunting a number of submarines. We have a new mission. So I should probably explain where we are from the last one. So the last one, we sunk out the enemy supply fleet, logistics fleet. We took out all its escorts. Everything was all beautiful, but we did take a little bit of damage, and we only had one torpedo and one Moss left. So I had to head back to port, get a repair, get everything fixed back up, and load some new torpedoes in. And our mission was still to sink this logistics fleet. Apparently the one we sunk wasn't enough. Well, as I was leaving the area, I actually detected another logistics fleet. It was not far from the one that we actually engaged, and I couldn't do anything about it because I only had one torp and one Moss left. By the time I got back to port and got the resupply done, we failed the mission. Now, keep in mind, during that order we sunk 2 logistics fleets, and we currently have, in the last 2 months, sunk 780,000 tons of military and logistics shipping. But because we didn't sink that one correct boat, we failed the mission. This is frustrating, and now we're on to another one. At least this mission's a little bit more straightforward. We've got a 1-week window, and a series of submarines, Soviet submarines, are trying to get to Trondheim to deploy commandos. That's where they're trying to get to. We've just intercepted a submarine right here. I'm almost positive it's the right one. Unfortunately, we've got a trawler and a merchant, which doesn't surprise me, because we're going to select... Let's just go 5% rudder and put us in a left turn. Actually, should probably double check that. Yep, left turn's fine. Put us into a left turn and see if we can actually have a little bit of a look around at the moment. I suspect what we're looking for is diesel subs. The commando drop-off submarines are almost always diesel subs. It'll be running silent. In this particular mod, they'll be very hard to detect. I'm going to passively search through the area for a little bit first. If we can't find them soon, I'm going to pop active, and we're going to start hunting them like we're the Russians ourselves and see whether or not we can find them. We've got 2,000 feet of water here, so we've got a little bit of room to maneuver if we get any torpedoes fired in our direction. But essentially, we're in the middle of a game of hide and seek, which is good. But, yeah, a little frustrated. That's 2 missions in a row we've lost, simply because we didn't get... We got the ship type that the mission wanted. In fact, we got quite a lot of the ship types that the mission wanted. We just didn't get that one particular ship that the mission wanted, and yeah, that does get frustrating. Anyways, we're going to hump up the time acceleration here, and I'm going to passively search for a little bit and see what we can find. Oh, and we are going to start retracting the towed array. Alright, so I did a little bit of an active pulse to see exactly what was going on around me. And we just had a torpedo launched right from our 6, so we're actually turning away from the sub. We've got a Sierra 3 here, unidentified. Yep, at this point... Yep, towed array is cleared. Set depth 300. Actually, let's set depth much deeper. Let's get down to 1,000 feet. And flank. I don't care much about this torpedo here. It can go active as soon as possible. And if the wire breaks, it doesn't matter. Ow. There goes the wire. Alright, let's straighten it up. Reload our torpedo. So let's continue our dive to 1,000. Confirm depth 2,100, so we've got plenty underneath us. So let's go deeper. Let's go 1,500. So that's probably too much. Let's go 1,300. Wow, look at that torpedo spread. Alright, so we've got the target here. It is a Foxtrot. So suspected. We're looking at a diesel. question is, am I going to actually manage to get under these torpedoes? Looks like ours has actually picked up a target. We're nearly at 1,300 feet. And it looks like we're going to be safe from the first torp. If we can get past this second torp here, I'm running silent and I'm just going to disappear. We may actually manage it. Yep. Ultra quiet. Turning 90. As soon as we are slow enough, we're down to 12. Rudders at 10. Rudders at 5. Straightening and dropping the total rate. And, well, never mind. Close total rate. Looks like we got the Foxtrot. That was a good sneaky little torp. Now, hopefully there was only one. Okay, spiraling torpedo is fine. It hasn't detected us. Just confirming on the pings. Torpedo, 2. And these two, no active pings, so they're passive. And no other submarine pinging, so it looks like that's it. Alright, so hopefully we can just do a little bit of time acceleration. These torpedoes will go away and we'll be able to leave the area, and that's the end of it. Hopefully. Alright, so there we go. Philadelphia, 1 target sunk, Foxtrot. Now, here's the question. Was that the mission? Did we actually complete one first shot with 1 torpedo? Excellent performance locating and eliminating the enemy submarines, transporting special forces, await additional orders on this downlink. Holy shit, we actually managed to complete one. Nice. Alright, let's see what happens next. What do we got? What's our next mission? Oh, we got a medal for that one. Fair enough. Alright. Don't care about the medal. Let's move on. Where are we at? Red sub sunk. We made the news for sinking a Foxtrot. Nice. Alright. Next mission. Tactical situation. There's evidence supporting the conclusion that the enemy cruise cruise missile submarine has been detected, has been damaged by friendly forces in the South 40 Icelandic frontier area, but it was able to escape without being fully sunk. Reports state that the damaged submarine is assigned to a military base located in the facility of Grmika and will likely return there for repairs. The cruise missile submarine is likely escorted by fast attacks. Find and destroy the enemy SSGN. That's it. Well, this should be fun. Alright, so we're at 150 feet. Continue on course. Like, Grmika's over here. That won't be the target. It's too close. So it will be... Whoa, new mission? No. Americans occupied with battle... Balance of power leaves a question mark about the outcome of the war. Activity in the Atlantic remains high as the Soviets and NATO fleets dispute control over vital sea lanes, ports to one degree or another. Yeah, only because apparently we have to be very specific about what we actually sink. So what we have will be from over here, I think. Regardless, it's going to have to come through this line. So if we sit over this area... If we sit on this line, anything that tries to cross it, we can intercept. And that's coming from the right area. Alright. So we're not moving, so we're coming in at 5 knots. Detected at 274, we're going to close to 15. Status report. 3 torpedoes loaded, 1 Moss. That's appropriate. We're only at 50 feet at 5 knots. That's fine. Alright.
Sonar, new contact bearing 274. Designated Sierra.
Alright, 274 Sierra 1. So that is our contact.
Sonar, new contact bearing 316. Designated
Escorted by fast attacks, so we're expecting multiple contacts, so that's fine. That's actually what we're expecting. That does look like a mic.
Sonar, Sierra 1 is classified as submerged submarine.
That does look like a mic. So, what are you? Potentially not a submarine. This is potentially not a submarine. Yeah, this isn't a sub. This is a surface vessel. This is likely going to be a trawler, maybe? Trawler or a merchant ship. Just something else to clutter up my sonar. Trawler, there we go. Alright, so we can ignore you. The mic is our target here. Alright, so it's running near the surface. Range is undetermined, 12.1 kiloyards on the reading at a depth of 50 feet itself. So we're going to slip down to 250. Actually, no, we're going to slip down to 200, just above the thermal layer. I'm going to maintain 45 off the mic. Once we get a little bit away, I think we got to get down just under 100. We should be able to deploy the towed array. I think. There we go, towed array deploying. And we're going to drop speed to 4 knots. Looks like a wonderful day on the surface, no noise. Ambient noise is only at 79 decibel. So the fact we picked up that mic so easy, it could be our primary target, but unfortunately that means there is at least one fast attack submarine in the area that we have not detected, and the second we go active, the second we fire a torp, the second we really do much of anything, we're going to have shots coming from multiple angles, because the mic's going to fire, and whatever's escorting the mic is also going to fire. That's alright, we can wait a little bit of time. It does appear to be coming this way. So we can wait a little bit until we've got a bit of an ID on it and see if we can pick up anything else in the process. It does seem to be accelerating again. It's its depth, still at 1,000. It's now at 8 knots. It's turning this way. Yep, fuck it, firing.
Shoot 2-3. Aye, sir.
That was an awfully quiet torpedo launch. There we go, there we go. I was waiting for that. That's an interesting looking boat, isn't it? Well, it's pinging me active, so let's do an active ping ourselves and see what else we can find ourselves. And 2. And 3, no contact. Pulling the towed array in, so we're ready to maneuver. Right, I'm gonna bring this thing on short because we've got some depth to change here. It's still sitting at 1,000 feet, so I want this torpedo to activate, and we're going to bring it all the way down. Alright. So I'm going to sit the torpedo at about 800. Ideally, at its current speed of 30 knots, our torp should hopefully be able to catch it. And now I'm going to accelerate myself. Now we're going to lose the mic in the process, and we're going to cavitate. But I'm fine with this for the moment. There's the wire lost. That's okay. Hoping the torpedo is going to pull the intercept, and I would like, fired at 1,000 feet, I don't know what that torpedo is actually going to be doing, whether or not it's coming to the surface or what depth it's actually running at. We've actually lost contact with it, so I should have checked that first, but I'm hoping it's still running at 1,000 feet. So again, if we can close gap on it and get inside of its cone, exactly the same as the way we did with the mic. Sorry, I got the hiccups here. We should be absolutely fine. The mic we're not losing because it is noisy as hell, and it's pulling 31 knots. And then of course we lose the mic the second I open my stupid mouth. Alright. I'm not going to bother actively pinging. I'm just going to chase our torpedo. So long as the torpedo is between us and Mike, we'll be fine anyway. We'll know it's maneuvered heavily if that torpedo keeps going straight through and doesn't make any turns. I'm not expecting that to happen. I'm expecting this mic to run in a perfectly straight line, and hopefully the torpedo will pick it up, although I'm a little concerned that we should have been a little bit more right to intercept more comfortably. And torpedo is already active. What depth is it at? I don't even know. Cheating with a third-person camera isn't really telling me either. I'm guessing probably 800. So I'm going to turn off left because it looks like it isn't. Actually, no. We're going to go straight silent. I don't think the mic knew exactly where we were.
Switching to active search.
There's the mic. Well, we've made contact again, but that's not where it is, of course.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 2, bearing 318.
Next ping, 95. One more to confirm, please. Thank you. Active off.
Switching to passive search.
Yeah, that torpedo's possibly not going to hit. We're going to send a second straight after it. Still at 1,000 feet. And this one we're going to guide all the way into target. Ah, crap. I was wrong. I was wrong. Alright. Moss away. I'll reload the torpedo because there's no way known that's gonna not break anyway, so. Turn, and the torpedo is already chasing the moss. So we're going to go down to 500 feet. as much distance as I can between the moss and me as quickly as I can. Alright, so the mic's dropping countermeasures, which is a start. At the very least, that makes it indicates that it's nervous about the torpedo that's coming in, although I don't think it's going to detect. I think it's actually managed to escape our torpedo's cone. Range 12.1 kiluyards. Alright, let's get another torpedo out.
Aye, sir. Con, helm, steady course.
And turn this one straight north. Alright, so Mike is back at... It's at 1,800 feet this time. And almost looks like it's diving deeper.
Maneuvering, making turns for 4 knots.
I hope not. Because that's getting awfully close to your torpedo's going to explode if you try and get it down there. Depth, and I don't want to play this game again. Mike is coming back to the surface, which is good. Range 8.8. It's maneuvering. It's dropping countermeasures because it knows the torpedo's there. Torpedo has acquired. Alright, so we've got an intercept on it this time. Now we know the real submarine is ahead of the countermeasure. There it is. Unfortunately, it's getting awfully close to that auto crush threshold for the torpedoes. Come on, come back up. I think it's around 1,700 feet the torpedoes start to crush, and we're past it now. Although if this thing gets hit by a torpedo at this depth, that should be an auto kill, no question. There should be no surviving a torpedo at this depth. God, it's still going down. That's 2,000 feet. And there's torpedo's auto crush. And the Mike is still diving. The Mike is down at 3,200 feet. That is absurd. That is absolutely friggin' absurd. That is phenomenal crock of shit levels of absurd. And it can fire torpedoes at... It can open its... No, it can't. Its torpedoes automatically destroy themselves at depth. Alright, that's something at least. Although it should have blown itself up trying to open its own tubes at that depth. That much pressure opening the external doors should have just caved the submarine in. Torpedo active. When the scale looks that small and it's still at 1,600 feet. It's only just coming over 1,000 feet now. Alright. No, no, not yet. You'll turn in and you'll lock onto that countermeasure again. Just keep going in a straight line. Alright, so I'm going to drop the torpedo into the left here and try and bring it in. And there it goes, locked straight onto the... Again, straight onto the countermeasure. Going active with my main sonar so that we can actually ID it. And yes, we're going to have to rock this thing. There we go, now we've locked onto the real one.
Con sonar, switching to passive search.
There's the countermeasure, torpedo turns straight off, manual control. And right into the prop. Or into the screw. Not enough to sink her, but she's definitely slowing down. Which is a start. I'll take that. New torpedo away. Reloading the other tube. And I'm hoping she turns out to be knackered after this. Now, I don't think this is the one. I don't think this is the one. Let's see if we can get her location identified again. Yeah, slightly left. Yeah, there we go. Relocated the mic.
Switching to passive search.
She hasn't slowed down much though, she's still doing 20 knots, but I don't think this is the one because the mic isn't damaged, and it's only the mic. No other submarine has gotten involved in the fight here, and we'd be expecting expecting escorts, so this is not the target.
Con, torpedo room, tube 3 ready. Con, helm, steady
And
course.
it's going back down again. What's it at? If it dives all the way to 3,200 feet again, I'm gonna be pissed. There is no way known it should be able to do 3,200 feet with damage like that. It shouldn't have been able to open its torpedo tubes without killing itself at that depth.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing.
Alright, so there's where she really is.
Con sonar,
Active
switching
ping.
to active search.
Again, manual control of the torpedoes. We're going to bring it off to the left here. The mic's probably going to get one, maybe two more countermeasure drops in. Just on its timer. I've just got to keep the torpedo under my control and where I want it to close distance until then. No. It is an interesting little thing here though. If we turn the torpedo to just there, see how it swings over? The actual detection range on these torpedoes, this is the vanilla cone. That's not how they actually see now. The distance is about half, but it appears to be wider. It's actually more shaped like that. Is the actual cone. There it goes. It's picked up the countermeasure. We're going to go active again. Confirm the location of the mic. And now we turn the torpedo in, and hopefully, no, it's going to switch. Still switches through to that countermeasure. That's all right. We will remote guide it in. Now I know it's going to be in the comment section. People are going to be commenting that doing this is cheating. And frankly, have you seen how much this mod cheats already? I'm allowed to have this. And there it is.
0, 1, last bearing, 0, 1, 0, contact breaking up.
Gotcha, you big bastard. Alright, well that was more difficult than it needed to be. 3,200 feet. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure the last one. I know the last one dived deep. I didn't know. I know it dived to a depth where it got below the maximum depth of my torpedoes. But I don't think it got down that deep. That's insane. Yeah, that's absolutely insane. Alright, so the Mike was the only target for us to sink there. Total tonnage is another 8,000 to the kitty. We're going to be heading well and truly towards 1 million tons sunk by the time this campaign's over, I think. We've still got 16 Mark 48s left, which is good, and 3 Moss. The Moss saved us from a torpedo there, so I think that was a good release, and saved us from having to play torpedo beats, which was nice. It let us get into a better position to actually attack. Shame that we had to fire... Well, we had 2 wasted torpedoes there. That was a little bit negative. And I don't think this will be the target. Excellent initiative, continue the mission. So this is not the target. That's fine. What we're after is a ballistic missile submarine that's already damaged with 2 escorts, at least. Well, 1 escort, probably at least 1. I'm expecting 2. So I think we'll just hang around in this section of the map that we're already in, and hopefully it'll pop up soon enough. Anyways, ladies and gents, hope you enjoyed the mission here, and thank you very much for watching. As always, Cold Waters will be returning in the very near future, and apologies for that. There has been a little bit of a gap on this, but exams are done now, everything else is done, and we're trying to get everything back on track. So, until next time, remember to click that like button if you did, share and subscribe if you want to see more, and as always, take care.